Samantha B. Welcome to Full Frontal. Last month, Americans in their wisdom elected a leaky whoopee cushion full of expired cottage cheese who threatens to erode the very foundations of our liberal democracy. But freaked out liberals have responded by threatening to erode the very foundations of our liberal democracy. Okay, go team, good energy. You're kicking the ball toward the wrong goal, but hey, you showed hustle. Also, the game was over in November. It's also over for North Carolina Governor Pat McCrory, but he just keeps fighting from whatever Holiday Inn Express Business Center he's holed up in.
During the last 3 months, North Carolina citizens have experienced some of the worst natural disasters in our state's history. And that's why I'm calling our General Assembly to a special session.
A special session to address disasters, mainly the disaster of a Democrat being elected governor. Ironically, it's the first natural disaster North Carolinians can legitimately blame on tolerance for LGBT people.
Republican lawmakers are currently using an emergency surprise session to pass a whole bunch of bills to strip power from the incoming Democratic governor just before his term starts on January 1st.
Introducing measures to end the governor's control over election boards, to require state Senate approval of the new governor's cabinet members, and to strip his power to appoint University of North Carolina trustees, among many other measures.
McCrory also replaced all the gubernatorial cokes with RC Cola and accidentally on purpose let the possums into his office. Welcome, Governor Cooper!
Most people might think that this is a partisan power grab.
What? Only people with eyes and ears that are connected to their think box. I mean, sure, it's a little odd that before signing any new law, Governor Cooper will be required to get a transvaginal ultrasound. But that's just so he can hear the bill's heartbeat. Democrats reacted by being really psyched about getting arrested and by making their voices heard.
Shame. Shame.
Okay, fantasy nerds, maybe don't take your chant from a TV show about political intrigue and barbaric power grabs. I mean, you do remember what the person who was being shamed ended up doing, right? Don't give McCrory any ideas. And as for appealing to North Carolina Republicans' sense of shame, have you all met them?
Hey, guess what, Chuck? Next thing you know, you'll say there's gambling in Casablanca. I mean, come on.
Hey, no, comedy is my job. You don't tell jokes, I won't come down there and take voting rights away from black people. That is North Carolina GOP Executive Director Dallas Woodhouse, whose own brother called him out on Twitter and whose mama is so sick of this shit.
No, go to Joy in Raleigh, North Carolina. Good morning.
Hey, somebody from down south.
Well, you're right, I'm from down south.
Oh, God, it's Mom.
And I'm your mother. And I disagree that all families are like ours. I don't know many families that are fighting at Thanksgiving.
Is this really your mother?
No, you're our Mom.
Of course, that was back in 2014. Since then, Dallas has stacked the family with 5 more Republicans so he can win every argument. Suck it, Mom.
People can like it, they may not like it, but this is what you have in a state that divides power and takes a very discerning look on executive authority and has done since the King George times.
Oh my God, oh my God. This is a preview of the King Trump times, isn't it? You know, what Dallas means is, it's not my fault. Democrats started it. You see, in 1972, when Republican Jim Holshouser was elected governor, Democratic lawmakers shifted some of his powers to the lieutenant governor, Democrat Jim Hunt, but then stripped powers away from the lieutenant governor when Republican Jim Gardner got that office, leaving Governor Jim Martin. Jesus Christ, why so many Jims? What are they, late night hosts? Now, in fact, Governors Jim Martin and Jim Hunt both condemned this lame duck power grab, but Pat McCrory signed SB 4 anyway because fuck everything. And there's not a lot Democrats can do about it because respecting the will of voters is more of a norm than a law.
We're going to exercise the power granted under the North Carolina Constitution.
Is there anything in the Constitution that says we can't wrap the incoming governor in duct tape and stick him where birds poop? No. Well, giddy up. But lawmakers are supposed to be democratically elected, and that is where things get a little dicey.
Republicans only have the power to push these changes through because they have a supermajority in both houses, which they have been able to hold on to because of the way they drew the state's legislative districts. Earlier this year, a court ruled that North Carolina's districts are, quote, racially gerrymandered and unconstitutional as such. And while the districts are being redrawn, new elections won't come until next year.
Until then, some of those Republican legislators have about as much right to pass laws in North Carolina as I do. Cool! I move that all tampons be free and that every Confederate flag in the state be replaced with posters of Gilmore Girls. I second the motion. It passes. Yay! The states truly are laboratories of democracy, in that some of them are working hard to cure democracy like it's a virus. That is what happens when we don't read local news because it's not in our Facebook feed. While Democrats are busy signing petitions and frantically Googling the word emoluments, savvy Republicans get elected to the State House, shut the door, and go hog fucking wild. Until one day you wake up and wonder, hey, where'd the Planned Parenthood go? And why is my tap water so thick? So if you're looking for a place to put your energy, stop trying to overturn a national election and start working on a local election. They matter. This guy won by just 10,000 votes and he's taped to a statue. But look what he announced today.
A special session will be called for Tuesday to repeal House Bill 2 in full.
Yes! Pee wherever you want, North Carolinians. You earned it. We'll be right back.
to you.